Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we sift through the corporate filings so you don't have to. Today, we're diving into Bloom Energy's latest 10K. Get ready because this report is like trying to predict the weather, lots of variables, and sometimes you're left in the dark. We're going to try to decode some of Bloom's core financials, biggest challenges, and potential future. First, the hook. Bloom Energy, a leader in fuel cell technology, is betting big on the increasing power demands of AI and data centers while navigating the murky waters of policy changes and supply chain kinks. Are they striking gold or just chasing a mirage? Let's find out. Bloom Energy makes these super cool energy servers. They're like high-tech generators that can use different fuels to make electricity, including hydrogen. The big idea is to give companies more control over their power and offer reliable alternatives when the regular grid isn't cutting it. It's like having a personal power plant, but way cleaner than old-school diesel generators. The company's future is tied to a few big trends. First off, power demand is way up. Bloom is really trying to position itself as the answer to that problem with their servers. These servers can be set up as microgrids to help data centers and other customers get power fast when the usual power companies are quoting years to get service set up. Utilities are also seeing the challenge of providing enough power to their customers. They are exploring alternate means of producing and supplying energy to their end customers. The utility companies are working with companies like Bloom that have solutions like the energy server that can provide power to their largest power users. Another important sales point for Bloom is reliability. Normal grids might have issues or weather problems that cause interruptions that can cost companies money. Our servers can operate at a very high availability, even when the grid isn't available. Currently, almost all of Bloom's money comes from selling those power-generating energy servers. The US is their biggest market, but they're also doing a lot of business in South Korea, where they work with some big partners. Bloom is branching out, though. They've got this thing called the Bloom electrolyzer, which makes hydrogen. Hydrogen has opened new markets and partnerships. They've accumulated a lot of knowledge building, installing and operating their fuel cell systems for over 20 years, which has helped them develop this new product. The electrolyzer also uses electricity to split water into hydrogen and oxygen, and they've made it more efficient than other products to keep the overall cost low. To keep its technological edge, Bloom puts a lot of money into research and development. They are constantly making their energy servers more efficient and cheaper to make. As of the end of 2024, they hold a lot of patents. However, their business isn't banking on one specific piece of technology, but their overall tech is still very important. To keep up with demand, Bloom has a couple of main manufacturing factories, one in California and one in Delaware. They also have a smaller light assembly facility in South Korea where they work with a local company. In 2023, they consolidated down some of their facilities to optimize costs. Their supply chain is all over the world. They get parts from Asia, Europe, and India. They try to sign long-term contracts with these partners so they know they can get what they need and at a reasonable price, but tariffs and trade restrictions always bring uncertainty. They are working along all steps of the value chain to reduce costs and improve manufacturing technologies. Now, it's not just about selling servers. Bloom also makes money by servicing them. They have these things called O&M agreements, maintenance agreements, where customers pay Bloom to keep their servers running smoothly. Think of it as a really complicated car warranty. They monitor those agreements and make sure everything is running correctly. To reach more customers, Bloom has also created a few purchase and financing options so that customers don't need to buy the servers directly. These options include things like power purchase agreements, where customers buy the electricity that the servers generate, or capacity agreements, where the customer pays a capacity-based flat payment. Bloom's sales come from a few main customers and distributors. In 2024, 3 customers accounted for a large chunk of the overall revenue, something to keep in mind if those customers stop buying for whatever reason. SK Ecoplant, which also owns a chunk of Bloom, is one of their strategic partners who helps them reach customers in South Korea. Bloom has to keep up with trends around the world to make sure they comply with local laws and regulations. In 2024, they issued dedicated sustainability reports. Bloom, along with customers, need to get certain permits and approvals to operate their systems. The government also provides incentives to help businesses that have clean energy and help accelerate the adoption of technology, such as the Investment Tax Credit, or ITC. The ITC for fuel cells operating on non-zero carbon fuels expired at the end of 2024. The company is always looking for talented and diverse employees and hires people with a passion for the planet. In order to attract and retain their employees, they strive to maintain an inclusive, diverse, and safe workplace, with opportunities for our employees to grow and develop in their careers. The company offers competitive salaries, bonuses, stock options, 401k plan, healthcare and insurance benefits, and others to make their employees' lives better. Just like retail, they see seasonal changes in their business. More sales usually happen in the second half of the year. Their success also depends on tax breaks and incentives from the government, which can be good or bad depending on what's happening in politics. Finally, if you want to dig deeper, check out their website. All of their filings, including the ones we talked about today, are available there for free. Now that you know what the company does, let's talk about how well it's doing. Now for the fun part, every company has to lay out the risks they face for investors. For Bloom, these include a few major points. First, the markets for both the hydrogen and energy server products are emerging. It's not sure if people and companies will be buying the products, and the demand may be lower than expected, potentially impacting the financial results for Bloom. Bloom also states that they might be prevented from doing business because of regulatory actions. Second, there is significant competition. Third, they rely on a few big customers. If those customers have money issues or just decide to go another way, it could really hurt Bloom's numbers. Bad weather or bad gas quality can mess with how well their servers work. If the product isn't working right, that could impact the amount of money that they make. A final notable risk is that much of their business is dependent on government money. There's always the chance of lawsuits, and this sort of legal issue could hurt the company or lead to reputational issues. Let's dive into the numbers. This is where things get real, but I'll keep it simple. Bloom's revenue increased from $1.33 billion to $1.47 billion due to increased product sales and installation revenues. Now, losses are a key part of the story with Bloom. They had a net loss of just $27 million compared to a $307 million loss the year before. That net loss includes an impairment of the energy server systems. That can be really good, but shows a higher risk level with the company. The company made a great improvement, but they are still not profitable. They also mentioned in this report that the US had enacted the IRA that is intended to make an impact on the energy markets to have cleaner options be more affordable to consumers, which the company plans to engage with. But the company had faced difficulties with securing the tax credits under the new requirements. Bookings are completed in the second half of the fiscal year. Also, in light of time to power needs, the company has seen an increasing number of transactions move from a booking to revenue in less than 12 months. The firm also has to think about cybersecurity, and the firm recognizes the threat of cyber attacks that could compromise intellectual property and cause significant damage to the business. Finally, changes in the company's ownership or who's on the board could affect the stock price and make it harder to take over the company. One additional change to note. The reports say K.R. Sridhar is the founder, chief executive officer, chairman, and director of the company. So, what's our take? Bloom Energy is trying to ride some big waves in the energy market. The need for more power, especially for AI, is real, and they're trying to offer solutions. However, they are playing in a tricky field, and these changes could definitely shake things up, requiring them to play their cards right and stay nimble. They are managing the risks well and have a plan to handle them if it gets hairy. The large loan they still had shows some confidence in their ability to keep things going. All in all, Bloom has strong tailwinds, but the company needs to prove it can consistently sail towards profits. Thanks for tuning in to Corporate Decoder. If you found this breakdown helpful, give us a thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more insights into the world of corporate filings. See you next time.